Okay team, exercise of the day that Daniel's going to go through is the Gary Gray Dumbbell Lunge Matrix. Okay, the reason why we use the Gary Gray is it's a functional warm-up, warms up the whole body. It works through pushing exercises, pulling exercises, and functional movement through the hips. Okay, so you can start the weight from anywhere between 2, 3, 4 kilograms, anywhere up to 10 to 12 if you want. We're using this as a warm-up, but you can also use it through your exercise program if dictated. So firstly, Dane's got the dumbbell, she brings them up to the shoulders, and then from then she's going to firstly go into her pushing movements. So she alternates there in what we call a sagittal plane movement, front and back. Then she goes to the side, and then she rotates to the rear, to the side there, lengthens. And that is the pushing movements of the dumbbell Gray Matrix. Then from then she goes into her arm curls, or the pulling movements, and then she goes into a row, lengthens through the back, and then she will go into an uppercut. And then from then she rotates. Once she's finished that, she'll go into a reaching lunge, where she's going to start to loosen up through her hips. 6 reps per exercise. And then from then, she's going to go to the side to what we call a frontal plane, so the side to side, and that's loosening the hips from side to side. So the reason why we reach is because we loosen the lower back. And we also keep mobilization and mobility through the hips. The last plane she goes in is what we call a transverse plane. This is the plane that we usually find really hard with most people because we don't move in that plane as much now. And then from then, once she's finished that, she'll go back into a forward reaching lunge with a press. So she'll reach, lengthen, come up to a shoulder press. Okay, so the movements are still pretty quick that she goes through. But the main points of this one, you have a look at her legs, her front knee stays vertical, her back leg is straight. So she's lengthening, decelerating through the hamstring, and she's lengthening through her lower back. From here she goes to the side, she's adding the dumbbell presses. And then from there, the last bit you'll go through is a transverse plane. Now with this, you can take this a couple of ways. You can either use this as a warm-up when it's not timed, or we also time it. So timed, it should go for roughly an average pace 2 minutes, but if you're going for speed and an athletic response, you go for 1 minute 30 or below for the exercise. That there is the Dumbbell Gray Dumbbell Lunge Matrix.